Previously on WFX Overload.
I'm bringing Jessie Godderz from Big Brother, and he's gonna finish you.
Eugene distracted. Wow! What a side slam! Hooks the leg.
No!
He got him!
He's in his first match!
The winner of this match.
There's no way. No, there's no way we can't have a rematch. We're done.
What are you talking about? Rematch?
Charlie Haas!
Charlie Haas!
Charlie Haas! He hasn't even been a free agent for a month!
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Haas!
This is great for WFX!
I also know that what you're lying about to yourself and to all these people is that in a tag team, it takes two. And of all the great tag teams that you were in, the Young Guns, Rockabilly, D-Generation X.
Whoa. He's a little bit off. None of those were tag teams. It was Smoking Guns.
And Chuck and Billy, that you were the weakest link. You were the one that all those people had to cover up for your failures. They were the ones that made the tag teams great, not you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again. Another week here on WFX Overload. I'm Dave Thomas alongside Mike Davidson.
The shows just keep getting better and better here in WFX land on Overload. Let me tell you about the WFX Tag Team Tournament to crown the first ever WFX One World Tag Team Champions. The first bracket was Midwest Ground and Air taking on Kevin Chevy and AJ Sanchez, and the two behemoths won that match. Then it was Brothers in Flight upsetting the Brotherhood team of Arik and Thorn, and that brings us to this matchup. Arik Cannon, Darin Corbin, I'm beside myself here. They're taking on Team Elgin, Michael Elgin, perhaps the most powerful man physically in WFX.
Well, there's no question about it.
And Alex Plexis.
Well, of course. There's no question about it, Mike. We've got 8 of the top tag teams in the world of pro wrestling today, right here at WFX Wrestling, and I can't be more excited. This is just the beginning of the tag team tournament.
And let me get started on Arik Cannon and Darin Corbin for you. A little bit of color, which is my job. Arik Cannon is one of the most deceptive sons of guns in all of WFX. The things he's done in the past.
Oh, well, look what he's doing right now, though. Oh, my
setting
gosh.
up Bushwhacker Luke and setting him up to be in that match with the Human Massacre Keith Walker, and then promoting his memorial service after Luke was seriously injured and presumed missing in action and never coming back.
Definitely something in poor taste, if you will.
Man.
Now we've got a very impressive, well, I want to say one half of a tag team because I don't know much about
Good thing you have me here because I know it all. Here's what I know. Every single week, Michael Elgin gets bigger and stronger. And every single week, Addison, his girlfriend, gets more and more piping hot.
Piping hot.
And his tag team partner is a young up-and-comer who has impressed a lot, and obviously impressed Michael Elgin to put him as part of Team Elgin. And his name's Alex Plexis. And, you know,
I don't know anything about him.
The scouting report says he's quite good. He's a student of Lance Storm, actually.
Well, Lance Storm, a very, very famous wrestler up
Good
in
friend of
Canada.
yours, Dave Thomas.
You know what? Lance Storm and I are very good friends, and I got to tell you, if this kid was trained by Lance Storm, then he had the best teacher. Now, we have to find out if he was a good pupil.
What about my teacher? My teacher shall remain nameless because he wasn't the best.
I was going to ask who your teacher was. I don't even know.
I teach myself most of the things I know.
I heard
this
you do a lot
Darin
of things to
Corbin is
yourself,
one
yes.
strange bird.
Well, we definitely have a unique tag team on one end, and come to think of it, we kind of have a unique tag team on the other here, don't we?
Well, you know, you got to say to Alex Plexis, he lucked out here. This is his debut match in WFX, and he has a chance to be the tag team champion if he can win 3 in a row.
Well, obviously his credentials, while we haven't seen him physically, must speak for themselves. He wouldn't be in this tournament if he wasn't a talented superstar.
He's got a phenomenal partner in Michael Elgin. There's something strange about this Cannon and Corbin duo. You know that Darin Corbin has never said a word?
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Mike, because I saw him in the back before the program.
What did he say?
Nothing.
Well, there you go.
Drop toe hold now. Look at this. That's almost adding a little insult to injury. A little bit of amateur skills, if you will.
Well, you know what? Arik Cannon is very, very gifted as a technical wrestler who can fly and do it all. I think he's very underappreciated because of all the clowning things like playing Guitar Hero when Nikolai Volkov debuted.
Absolutely.
And he has blatant disrespect for the legends. He always attaches himself to it, and then he lets them get hurt.
Well, maybe he's smarter than us all.
Oh yeah, it's great to see like a Hall of Famer there guy, Nikolai Volkov, get injured. And, you know, the guy, what is he doing even trying a comeback? And apparently he's ended his comeback because of the beating Chevy and Sanchez gave him.
You can't even really comment on it. I don't even know how old he is, for crying out loud. And I mean, I got to say this, though. Nikolai Volkov still can go at his age. Not very fast, mind you, but he can go.
Beautiful leg scissor takedown there by Alex Plexis, and now
Alex Plexis charging the corner, and he missed him by a mile, Mike.
Ooh.
But that sure didn't miss, connected with a boot to the face.
WFX just recently got a dental plan. Arik Cannon's going to be the first guy to try it.
Somewhat of a half hurricane rana off the top, and nailed him with a single-footed drop kick. You know, this kid's impressive so far.
Yeah,
and only a 2 count.
He's going to have to do a lot more.
He's got to do more, you're right, but his high-flying aerial ability is pretty impressive so far.
What's his name again? Alex Luger or whatever?
I think it's Plexis. Blind tag made now as Corbin comes in with kill. Oh, double stomach breaker. Referee should be getting these guys. Oh, a double drop kick to the head. Scotty Bowman doing his best to maintain order. And now the pinfall, but broken up very quickly and easily by Elgin.
If WFX had a tough man competition, do you think Michael Elgin would win it?
What is he doing?
The power of the shirt.
Knee drop to the chest, now goes for another cover, and a 2 count again.
Darin Corbin,
yes,
should really invest in a tan.
Referee did not see that as Elgin laid a boot. Laid a boot to the back of Corbin, and now Plexis going for the pin, and only a 2 count once again.
And you hear it, Michael Elgin chastising him, wanting to be tagged in and take over.
Elgin does make the tag now.
The thing is, I think Michael Elgin can win this match all on his own.
You know, you might be right. Not to take anything away from.
He's that strong, though.
No, but not to take anything away from Cannon and Corbin. But you're right. Look at that devastating forearm to the back.
You know, if Michael Elgin was in a bad mood and wanted to fight me and my best friend, I don't think we could take him.
I find it hard to believe that you have a best friend.
Well, I couldn't tell you his name because he
probably changes on a daily basis.
Well, he'd probably get mad at me for spreading rumors.
Could be. He doesn't want to be known that way. Anyway, a whip with authority.
Powerhouse whip.
Oh, man.
As opposed to the submissive whip.
You like saying that, don't you?
Well, you always say it's with authority. Well,
when a guy like Elgin does that, it's a whip with authority.
So when I do it, it's a submissive whip?
How about that? Echoing across the WFX arena.
That'll give you heartburn.
Oh, a bit of a kick there, but I don't think he caught all of it.
This is Darin Corbin's return. You know, he was traumatized after what happened to Bushwhacker Lou.
A little post-traumatic stress syndrome.
And he's got new stress syndrome there. It's stress syndrome on his,
slam is right.
On his spinal column.
Bit of an arrogant cover here. Referee out of position. I don't think he wanted to pin him there anyway, Mike.
I think he might have flatulated on his face. That seemed to be what he was doing to me.
Well, he did that to you before the show?
No. That's not what I said.
What it appeared to be. I see. Okay. Missing with a splash in the corner. Corbin trying to desperately.
Why did he?
Crawling
did you see
over.
That
was.
He jungled Jim to his corner.
Hey, it worked. He tagged in Cannon, and a couple of elbows and a clothesline.
Oh, those clotheslines are devastating.
Here comes Elgin. He misses the clothesline.
Oh.
And a big savate kick. And another kick to the side of the head. Wow, you know, Cannon has fun in there. He definitely does.
You know, there's the term polish, and he's finally polished in his timing, and he's very, very, very good, Arik Cannon.
Elgin just measuring him with a right hand. Elgin is not the legal man as far as I understand, or is he? Oh, wait a minute. Now,
you are the only person in this day and age keeping track of who legal men is.
Well,
even
trying.
Scotty Bowman, and it's his job, doesn't care.
He's closer to the action than I am. Smart move by Corbin, rather. He's going to fly, Mike. He's going to fly.
Wow!
Innovative move, holding open the ropes for his tag team partner, does Cannon, and Corbin able to do a plancha, or a dive, if you will, outside.
But hey, credit Addison there at ringside. She's right there helping her man out.
Here's his finishing maneuver, Mike.
Oh!
He got all of it, too.
That is a head injury waiting to happen. Oh!
And Zaguri, and I think he's got him.
Oh!
You got it.
What a performance from Arik Cannon.
Cannon and Corbin advancing in the tag team tournament for the WFX One World Tag Team Championship.
Just impressive there. I'll tell you that. Arik Cannon is, you know, I may not like some of the stunts he's pulled, but he is so gifted. He is an amazing, and look at the people are all over Arik Cannon.
I wouldn't even consider to argue with their Mike, because both Cannon and Corbin, while Corbin, as you know, doesn't say much of anything, two very talented individuals and a very, very well-oiled machine when it comes to tag team wrestling. And they proved it here tonight.
Yeah, and obviously a favorite of the crowd for the obvious adolescent stunts they pull.
Well, they're pranksters, there's no question.
What is Elgin going to do here to Alex Plexis?
Oh, I don't think he's very happy with the end result. Oh! He just spit his chewing tobacco all over him.
Oh! How degrading.
Degrading. As disgusted as I was from Cannon picking his nose earlier, that tops the cake. That's disgusting.
I'm still grimacing.
Obviously, Elgin is very disgusted with his tag team. Shall we even say former tag team partner now?
Well, it's going to be hard for them to reconcile after that.
I don't think I'd want to reconcile if I had chewing tobacco spit in my face.
Wow. That's a whole new level of unacceptable.
Dude, if anyone knows anything about getting screwed, it's Jonny Fairplay. I am the greatest player in the history of reality TV. I make up a little lie about my grandma dying. Jeff Probst personally screwed me out of $1 million.
Listen, if you think you have it bad, the last 2 seasons of Big Brother, the fans have actually had an opportune moment to kick me out the last 2 seasons, and they seized it. God, just wait till I get my hands on this.
It's ridiculous. I mean, they're trying to do the same thing to us here in WFX. I mean, like, I can sue. I sued Danny Bonaducci. I'm on Rolex #2.
Johnny, you're the most honest person I know.
That's true. Look, I mean, they're bringing in this Nick from Big Brother. He hates you.
Well, he thinks you're a schmuck.
That's not good. That's not going to help us whatsoever. I mean, like, hey.
We're here because we're A-list celebrities, all right? We're making things happen. We are on the hottest VIP list from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, all the way over to Orlando.
It's true. That's true. You know, look.
This isn't why I signed up. This isn't why you brought me in.
Hey, I got power of attorney over Eugene's money.
That you do.
One phone call, we got the best lawyers there are. We can own WFX Wrestling. We can start our own reality show. I'm not staying for that. I'm making a phone call.
Why did it take so long? Why did it take so long?
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, from the Starr Blanket and Elgin, weighing at 255 pounds, Wavell Starr!
Wavell Starr is one of the best wrestlers in WFX right now. I personally don't like him for whatever reason, but he is really good.
Well, Mike, it's safe to say you're definitely an opinionated person, but you're right. One of the best talented superstars here at WFX. Wavell Starr, impressive win-loss record, too.
Oh, yeah, he's really come into his own as a late.
And Wavell Starr is no stranger to the sport of pro wrestling. Been around many, many years and very successful all over the world.
Very close friend of Eugene Dinsmore. And we're waiting on our ring announcer Trevor Stoico, who seems to be stalling and buying time.
He's a little hesitant for some
His
reason.
opponent.
Oh, that's what it was. He was waiting for the music to hit.
Georgia, weighing 455 pounds, Big Flip.
Big, wow. I don't know why I think that's funny. I think it's just the awkward facials that Trevor Stoico is giving the camera. Normally I wouldn't even draw attention to it, but it was amazing.
You know, to me, he looked like he might be having a little bit of problem with the plumbing, if you know what I mean?
you suggesting he might hurt?
No, I was thinking maybe he was a little bit backed up, you know?
I'm sorry that I find that funny, but that was amazing. That'll be the moment at WFX Overload this week.
This will make the blooper reel for sure. But what is
I admire this kid,
JJ Larocque? Yeah, what's he doing?
Larocque, not Larocque.
Sorry.
Trying to add a French accent.
Finally, Larocque has come back to San Diego.
Who does
San Diego? We're in San Antonio.
Who does this guy think he is?
Wow.
Yeah, Wavell Starr obviously not too impressed.
Now
He's
that's
telling
what
him we're
you
not
heard,
there.
Wavell. You thought that you were wrestling me tonight?
I don't think so. The announcer announced
Really?
Big Cliff.
I am 100 times more popular than you are.
Maybe at
So
the
that's
buffet.
right. Here is my replacement, Big Cliff.
Well, we already knew that his opponent was Big Cliff. Is JJ Larocque a little bit delusional?
I like the way they just traded places. We'll now go into the match. I'm sorry I got a bad case of the giggles this week. It's just, I think this is amazing.
Well, Big Cliff is exactly that. What's this guy, like 400 pounds?
I don't know. Wavell's gonna have something to say to this because he's an all serious kind of guy, and this has been a little bit too almost mawkish of what he wants to do. He wants to win, and he's got a bit of a rivalry going with those A-list celebrities there, as they like to be called. That being the reality TV stars Jonny Fairplay and Mr. Spectacular Jessie Godderz. He took serious offense to the fact that Jonny Fairplay screwed Holmes, and he should take serious offense to that. But he took serious offense to the fact that it was Jonny Fairplay who took Eugene Dinsmore's money and his power of attorney and exploited him.
Well, he did that indeed, and Eugene, unfortunately, headbutt to the lower back by Big Cliff. Eugene, unfortunately, was was taken advantage of. There's no arguing there. Kind of like the way you might take advantage of a small child. Really.
I just got an update in my earpiece that Trevor Stoico was suffering from dizziness, and he apologizes for the awkwardness, but
you know what? It is pretty hot under those lights.
I appreciated it. I thought it made for great TV.
Well, great TV nonetheless. We've got a pretty, I would say, almost an uneven match here when it comes to a weight advantage. Big Cliff.
He reminds me of Bam Bam Bigelow, and it's not just the fact that he's got a tattoo on his bald head, but he's got that same sort of body type.
Well, he is big, but I don't think he's as much of a high flyer as Bigelow was in his freedom.
We've seen all of 3 minutes from the guy, and you're going to gauge that he can't fly?
Look at him. He's 400 pounds, Mike. You think he's going to get off his feet?
Well, you give him a chance.
Okay, let's see if he can impress me, because so far, I think he's impressed Wavell Starr for the fact that Wavell...
He's beat him up a little bit.
He has beat him up, but Wavell reversing and nailing his head into the turnbuckle. Another chop by Wavell Starr. Got to be one of the hardest chops in the business. We've got many guys.
Michael Elgin, too.
Michael Elgin, and we all... Oh, man. We all know Keith Walker, the power he's got behind his chops.
Yeah, well, he's not. It doesn't sound like he's coming back here because of the fine levied by WFX management.
Well, Zbyszko last week was very upset about it, and in previous weeks has made comments about.
JJ Larocque.
Well, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Thanks for that commentary, Mike, and Wavell firing up a little bit. I don't think you're going to whip this guy across the ring no matter what. You might need a pull-up and reversal. This could be dangerous.
What is he talking about?
Wavell now with some more fire. Ooh, that was a tackle by Wavell.
Wavell did play college football. And there's the win.
He got it.
That must have been a devastating tackle.
Wavell the aggressor on that maneuver.
One thing I don't like Wavell as a person, but his intensity is amazing.
He's definitely one of the future stars here in WFX
and immensely popular.
You can see that.
What's Larocque doing out there?
Larocque grabbed the camera. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
That's Jonny Fairplay, formerly of Survivor, I might add. Jessie Godderz, formerly of Big Brother, not that I'm dropping their credentials. And head of security, Darin Dalton, coming to ringside.
Not so fast. Not so fast.
Well, they came in pretty slow, actually.
I brought security, so don't try anything stupid, because he's big, and he's even bigger.
What exactly are they thinking here, Mike?
I don't know. I hope they explain why they're here.
What's the purpose of this meeting? I mean, we know they've got some issues to deal with, but seriously.
Godderz is supposed to be scheduled to take on Eugene Dinsmore
Now we're
next
here
week.
to set the record straight. I keep hearing there's a rematch between Eugene and Mr. Spectacular, and the last time I checked, Mr. Spectacular beat Eugene fair and square.
That's not exactly the case, because I do believe Godderz was involved with that.
So
Fairplay was.
WFX, you're trying to rewrite history. You want a rematch? You want a reality TV star, special guest referee, Nick from Big Brother. That's not fair. I know fair. And I'm telling you one thing. You tell your little friend Eugene there is no rematch.
What is he talking about?
Why does he need to pass the message through Wavell Starr?
Listen here, Survivor guy. Johnny Fairplay, you arrogant son of a bitch.
Oh,
We're going to get fined for the language.
I already spoke with the office, and they said if you don't make this tag match, you're going to get sued for breach of contract.
I think Wavell's a little bit upset about Fairplay trying to get out of this.
I'm a celebrity. You don't talk to me like that. You tell your friend Eugene there's not going to be a rematch, and that's it.
Fairplay with a statement.
And the feedback from him dropping the mic right in my ear is not very appreciated, I'll tell you that. Apologize to the people at home.
Well, obviously Johnny Fairplay and Jessie Godderz making their statement, and why they needed to bring in security.
In case Wavell, maybe that's indicative of Johnny Fairplay not having confidence in Jessie Godderz's ability, Mr. Spectacular's ability to fight off Wavell Starr. Well, that way you have strength in numbers.
I guess, but if you notice, he hid behind security the whole time.
That's what I would do in that situation, quite honestly.
Well, no
Put the security guy there, beak off, jaw with him, and, protect myself.
Yeah, no surprises, of course.
He calls himself the greatest wrestler in the world. Welcome, Charlie Haas.
Back here on WFX Wrestling, and Trevor Stoico introducing Charlie Haas. And there's nothing more we can say other than he is a world-class, world-traveled champion of many things, especially in pro wrestling.
He's one of the best. He calls himself the greatest wrestler in the world, apparently. And I'll tell you, he is technically flawless.
Well, at one point in his career, he was one half of the world's greatest tag team.
Well,
I guess he's got something to say.
WFX. I said WFX.
apparently he said WFX.
Well, he knows where he is.
The hottest professional wrestling organization in North America. There are world-class athletes. There are major players in professional wrestling that are quitting other organizations to come here to be part of WFX.
Well, he's right there. We've seen that every week.
Yeah.
This is a place of opportunity. This is a place for us to stay away from politics, from staying away from kissing ass. This is a place for us to be who we want to be and to wrestle the way we want to.
Wow.
Some strong comments.
I agree with everything he said.
Yeah, Charlie Haas.
And ever since I've been here, all I hear about is Kip.
A fan favorite, Kip.
I am so sick and tired of you cheering for him. I am so sick and tired of hearing about how great he is. Tell me, what has he ever done? What has he ever done that I can't do better?
Kip's credentials speak for themselves.
Well, you see, I am the world's greatest wrestler. I am Charlie
What have we got
Haas.
going on here? I think Charlie Haas is about to get his wish.
Wow. And I have a feeling Kip's going to have a lot to say now.
Well, he's already prepared, Mike. He's coming to the ring with his own microphone.
6'6", 260 pounds, and he might be the most talented heavyweight wrestler on the planet.
As we know, he's been making a new name for himself, if you will.
Yeah, he's been reinvented and re-energized and hungry. And just look at the look of disgruntlement on his face. Is disgruntlement a word?
I don't know, but Charlie Haas called him out, so I don't know why he's so upset. If he wants to talk to him, here he is. Here's his opportunity.
These two might be the two biggest stars in WFX right now.
So, Charlie, I honestly don't know where all this hostility is coming from. I really don't.
It's almost.
I mean, you were on top at one time, I think.
Well, it's almost jealousy.
Maybe.
And I know I was on top. I know that for a fact.
People here know that too.
And there's something else that I know. That I'm pretty dang sure that I've beaten you before. So that makes me the world's greatest wrestler, right?
Now that's...
Well, he's throwing it back in his face.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
What's going on now?
Michael Elgin's coming out? That's what it sounds like. What is he doing here?
Well, you know, he's been making a name for himself every week as well. And
yeah, but the two guys are arguing about who the greatest wrestler in the world is, and now Michael Elgin, who I wouldn't put in that caliber.
Yeah, but a few weeks ago, Michael Elgin faced Kip and lost.
Kip beat both of these guys. Kip is undefeated in WFX. Both of these guys have a very big L on their foreheads from losing to Kip.
But what has Michael Elgin got to say?
Okay, you can cut that music because I don't even know what it is. I think there's something wrong with this picture here. Aren't you, hold on, I got it, hold on. Michael Elgin, right?
It's Elgin.
Aren't you got this Team Elgin thing working out? How's that working out for you, by the way? Is that going good for you? Or?
Gentleman handed the microphone off.
The funny thing is, Kip, the Team Elgin's working pretty...
Oh, he suckered him! Out of nowhere, and Charlie Haas helping out. It's 2-on-1 here.
But what is Michael Elgin doing here?
I don't. Oh, he's making a statement. That's for. Wait a minute. Charlie Haas now taking off his shoe. Oh! We need some help out here. Kip is in trouble.
Finally.
Wait a minute.
What's he got to do?
That's a workout bar, Mike.
Wow.
John Cutler making the save for Kip. And completely unprovoked attack by Elgin. I mean, maybe he's trying to make a statement.
I think he's trying to impress Charlie Haas. I think he's gotten rid of his partner, Alex Plexis, and Team Elgin, and now he wants to latch on to Charlie Haas.
Well, Elgin and Haas very proud of themselves. And I can say one thing, Kip has got to thank John Cutler for making the save, because that was 2-on-1.
Well, I think John Cutler wants to be the kind of guy that wrestles Michael Elgin and Charlie Haas, because that's how he climbs the ladder. And I think he was watching Kip's back, and why Michael Elgin came out, integrated himself into this is not, I don't understand it.
Well, Kip obviously saying a few words there and saying, hey, listen, thanks for coming out and helping me out. I mean, completely unprovoked. Blindsided Kip with a right hand, did Elgin. Cutler watching out for, I guess, what you could say would be one of his new friends.
Well, it's a good friend to have. Kip is immensely successful and popular around here.
Well, and so is Cutler.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we're seeing some a formation of a tag team, if you will.
Well, both men have had successes in tag teams. Charlie Haas and Kip are both former world tag team champions. I can see why they might be taking younger guys underneath their wing. We still have a lot of overload coming up after the break, but in the meantime, check us out on WFXWrestling.com.
Joining us now is Mentallo. Mentallo, your tag team match is next here at the tournament. We still don't know who your partner is going to be, so what's the secret? Who's your partner?
Do you want to know who my partner is? Do you want me to tell you who my partner is going to be? Well, I could tell you now, but why ruin the surprise?
Wowzer. That's
There's a tag
Mentallo
team
saying,
match.
"Don't interview me because I've got nothing to say."
Featuring
Well, obviously, he wants to keep his tag team
from
partner
the City of
surprised.
Angel,
Well, I think we're about to find out.
the Fallen Angel,
Fallen Angel.
Christopher Daniels.
This guy has barely been a free agent for a week.
What a moment this is for WFX. Christopher Daniels has come into the ring to obviously debut because he's in his wrestling gear.
Well, that's a very good point, Mike, but Mentallo obviously hiring the services, if you will, or maybe these guys are friends. I mean, he's able to get Christopher Daniels here at WFX Wrestling to be his tag team partner.
Wow. And the people obviously appreciative. This guy is it.
Well, one of the most impressive, talented superstars to come to WFX Wrestling. I'm speechless, Mike.
His partner, Mentallo.
The cat's out of the bag.
Well, kudos to Mentallo or the WFX Wrestling Management or whoever was able to sign this to get Christopher Daniels here. This is incredible, Mike. The people out there, maybe some people haven't had a chance to take a good look at Christopher Daniels. They are in for a treat right now, I'll tell you that.
You know, Mentallo is a specialist of the No Limits division and one of the best in the company, pound for pound. He's been in Japan wrestling for Smash, taking on Tajiri, and now he's got a partner that's even better than him.
Well, there's no question both these guys traveled the world. Mentallo and of course, their opponents.
No slouch.
World travelers themselves, originally from where?
Tehran, Iran.
Oh, I was going to
Tehran,
say Sudan. I wasn't sure.
Well, if you knew your map, you wouldn't have made that mistake.
Obviously not.
Now, let me tell you that there's an interesting element to this match, and I'm caught off guard of it. These two guys are former X Division champions, Sean Daivaris and Christopher Daniels. That's interesting in and of itself.
Well, these two guys are no strangers to one another and have faced each other before. And we have a true international tag team match here, Mike. This is great.
Well, Christopher Daniels makes his splash in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Mentallo makes it for Smash, and they're all right here in one ring. WFX Overload just got a lot better and a lot more international.
And a quick start to the match as the Daivaris brothers decide to take matters in their own hands, and they send Mentallo outside. Wow, forearm to the jaw. And both Daivaris, I don't even know if the match has even officially started, Mike.
Well, they're gonna have to do what they have to do to get a guy like Christopher Daniels softened up.
Well, they missed that double clothesline, and Mentallo with a high cross body. He was 12 feet in the air. A double drop kick to both Daivaris in the kneecap, and one to the face for good measure.
And that's how Mentallo had to start this match. He has to prove that he's just as good as Daniels, just as good as Sean Daivaris. Take the egos into equation here.
Well, the quick start that the Daivaris laid into the team of
Yeah,
Mentallo.
but getting back to my point here, Mentallo has got to prove that he's not out of his element in a ring with Sean Daivaris and Christopher Daniels. They may be tag team partners, but they both have individual egos.
Well, I think he did by the way this match started unexpectedly, and then he was able to turn it around. Like I say, the quick start from the Daivaris didn't do much to help them in the end, as Daniels now with the upper hand and a shoulder tackle. And the people are loving it, Mike. Oh, a little bit of insult to injury, if you will. Daniels is just measuring him.
Come on, Kelly Russell, assert yourself there. There's 3 punches to the face.
Nice high kick to the face, and Russell down for the count, and only a 2 count.
Luckily, we didn't have to hear the Daivaris talk. That really usually ruins a mood of any party.
Double slam now by Mentallo, and Daniels with a body slam.
Were they working together there?
He was. He slammed his own partner on top.
Maybe that's the beginning of the end of the tag team partnership. I don't know.
I don't think so, Mike. Are you watching the same match that I am? That was innovative tag team wrestling.
Yeah, but you still body slammed his tag team partner.
Yeah, onto their opponents.
What happens after the match? Mentallo goes, "Hey, why'd you body slam me?" "Oh, I was doing it for the greater good."
Mentallo with a headbutt onto one of the Daivaris brothers.
That's Arya.
Yes,
Prince
it is.
Arya Daivaris. Arya Daivaris.
Oh, and Kelly Russell did not see the kick to the back, but Mentallo fighting back, and Arya with a shot, but blocked by Mentallo, and another couple of shots. Mentallo laying them in. Now those must be open hands.
I don't think they are. I think they're forearms. Well, you wouldn't know that because you're not really.
Well, I've never really been in the ring, Mike. I mean,
yeah, so you just talk about it. You're a talker. All talk, no action.
Actually, that's what a play-by-play guy does, is talk. And the Daivaris now with a bit of a double team as Arya Daivari steps out of the ring. And Sean Daivari now picking up Mentallo with a body slam. And an elbow for good measure. Pinfall, and only a 2 count. And what we might have missed a little bit earlier, Mike, was while Kelly Russell's back was turned, I believe it was Sean Daivari from the outside grabbing Mentallo's leg, causing him to trip.
That's a good thing you have a good memory, because I don't remember any of that. I don't think it happened.
I'll keep you in line. And now some double teaming as well by the Daivaris.
I think you're just making up things that supposedly happened earlier in the match that never happened.
Just stick with me, Mike. I'll keep things flowing. Don't worry. Daivaris with the advantage, and there was a shot to the head. And there you see, you always complain about referees. Kelly Russell was admonishing him for the closed fist. And now, a rake to the face, it looks like. Was he trying to take his mask off, maybe?
Ask him. I don't know. Maybe. It looked like it. Possibly.
Quite possibly.
Ooh. We have a new guy in the chop contest.
No shortage of chops here at WFX Wrestling. Mentallo now fighting back. And a headbutt to the midsection. But he's cut off again. And only a 2 count. I think you really got to hook a leg on a guy like Mentallo. I mean, all the superstars here are top superstars in WFX Wrestling, but you're not going to pin a guy like that without hooking his leg.
True.
Now there's a bit of an unfair advantage as he grabbed the hair of Mentallo.
I agree. But now he's hooking the leg, so he's taking your advice.
Maybe he heard me. We are a little ways from ringside, mind you. Wow. Sending Mentallo into the corner. And a legal tag. As Arya Daivari comes in, now a bit of a double team as well. And man, you know, Mentallo's got to get himself out of that corner if he has any hope in surviving this tag match.
Yeah, I agree.
Christopher Daniels trying to get the crowd pumped up here in support of Mentallo.
That's apparently what he's doing.
Missing a clothesline and a power slam. He got him. And Daniels has seen enough. Daniels trying to rev up Mentallo and made the save there, and quite possibly saved him from losing that match.
I think that he probably stopped him from losing that match.
I think you're right there, Mike.
They keep pulling the hair, though, and that's a disadvantage for Mentallo when he spikes it up out of his mask like that.
Well, we've talked. Oh, kick to the face as Daivari charged in. He's going for seconds. And Mentallo wise to get out of the way.
Oh, kick in the face.
Kick in the face into the back of the head.
Wow.
He might have knocked him out.
Yeah, he might have knocked him out.
Daniels now trying to get Mentallo up and trying to get him to that corner for the tag. Mentallo crawling over. And it looks like he made the tag.
I think he made the tag there, Kelly Russell. Yeah, Kelly Russell spotted the tag. He's letting it go. That's legal.
It was out of our camera range, but fortunately, you're right, referee Kelly Russell saw the tag. And now Daniels, a house of fire, as he's whipping one Daivari into the...
Oh, nice. That's intuitive or something like that.
It was amazing. He was reversed, but he clotheslined him.
Yes, it was impressive.
Now he's got Arya Daivari up on the top rope and a right hand to the face. And you never know what Daniels is going to do from the top. Oh, wow. A snapmare into a power bomb, if you will. Hooks a leg.
If Sean Daivari hadn't been there, that was it.
That was, you're right, Mike. Now Sean Daivari.
Maybe this is it.
Oh! But Daniels rolling out of the way. Here comes Mentallo with a drop kick from the top rope. He nailed Sean Daivari, and Daivari wisely rolled out of the ring.
The action in this match is amazing. And so much wisdom.
Oh, Mentallo was going to dive outside, but he was stopped.
He was going to dive outside there, but Kelly Russell probably would have disqualified him.
He did it anyway.
Wow, Dave Thomas. He dived to the floor, dove, whatever you call it.
Mike Davidson is losing his voice alongside of his mind But now, well, Arya
I don't think
Daivari,
they've got any mind left. This
Arya
match has been
Daivari
so
is going
good.
to try to dive. Arya Daivari is not a high flyer. He doesn't dive out.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's high flying with a bookend. And Daniels going to the top rope.
Oh, that's a moonsault.
A slingshot.
No, yes,
He
yes.
got him.
No, yes. Well, I'm kind of happy, but I don't want to express it.
Very impressive debut for Christopher Daniels on WFX Wrestling.
And the people have gone nuts here.
Alongside Mike as well. You've gone nuts, it sounds like.
Well, I'm with it right now. I can tell you they've just advanced to the second round. So we now know the brackets for the second round of the tournament.
Mentallo and Daniels advancing, like you say, Mike.
They advanced. They're going to the second round.
Very impressive debut for Christopher
It was
Daniels.
very impressive. I can't believe it. This is what it's all about. WFX, the fallen angel Chris Daniels and Mentallo, individually two of the most talented guys in the company. And now they're in the second round of the WFX One World Tag Team Championship Tournament. And unfortunately for the Daivaris, they come up on the short end.
The short end of the tournament, the short end of the stick, and now, because they lost the match, the short end of the payoffs.
Apparently. I'll tell you, Chris Daniels is now with WFX, and if you want to see the roster, WFXWrestling.com.
Last week, we saw Danny Duggan be abducted by APOC and thrown in the back of a vehicle. We haven't seen Danny Duggan since. He's been missing. Guys, what gives? Where is he? Guys, no one knows where Danny Duggan is. He hasn't been seen or heard from. What's going on?
Welcome, people, to the Cash Good PointsBad.com main event. I'll tell you, those guys are freaks. I dislike them a lot.
They had a lot to say in that interview, didn't they?
Well, we couldn't shut them up.
You know, it's
From
it's
Los
that
Angeles,
mind game.
California, weighing in at 262 pounds. Welcome.
Oh, wait, Zack Mercury was
heck
making
is
his
this all
debut.
about?
What? Thorn and APOC attacking. This was supposed to be Mercury versus Thorn.
Well, it's Thorn beating the heck out of Mercury at ringside.
I don't think the match has even officially started. I mean,
No.
the ring announcer was announcing Mercury, and now, as we've seen so many times now, Mike, it's 3-on-1 for crying out loud. And Scotty Bowman, not much he can do here. Mercury just being destroyed by all three members of the Brotherhood. And Mercury is no slouch in his own right. He's, 6'4", 260.
Yeah, but he had no chance.
No, not at all. You're right. He was nailed from behind.
He's no slouch, though.
No.
Every week, this Thorn and this APOC and this Gangrel, the Brotherhood, they go insane and they get worse. They've abducted people. What happened to that girl, Stephon Rose? What happened to Ravenous
I don't
Randy?
know.
Oh my
This
word.
does not. Wait a
Bob
minute.
Holly! Bob Holly! Bob Holly is in WFX!
What is Bob Holly doing?
Well, he's cleaning house is what he's doing.
He nailed Gangrel. He's nailing Thorn.
Look at the people go nuts for Bob Holly.
APOC tried, but to no avail. Holly coming out of nowhere.
Listen to the chant for Bob Holly.
Alabama Slam coming up.
Oh, he nailed him. Well, this has just gotten interesting here. The CashGoodPointsBad.com main event. Bob Holly is now in too much.
Wait, what? Who turned out the lights?
We've been having technical problems for weeks about this.
What is
and
going
finally,
on?
something has happened. We're having a power outage.
What are the people chanting?
I don't know.
I can't see anything, Mike.
The lights are back. Sabu!
Oh my
Sabu!
God! It's Sabu, Mike. Sabu coming out of the darkness, if you will, and maybe that's exactly what was needed against the Brotherhood.
Well, this guy is not he fears nothing. Neither does Bob Holly. What a way to, this CashGoodPointsBad.com might be the best ever. We're gonna get it on. This is the first time I've ever seen the Brotherhood cower and walk away without provoking the fight.
Sabu coming from the darkness. Prior to that, Bob Holly coming out, making the same.
Two back-to-back surprises.
You never know who's going to show up at a WFX event, Mike, because we didn't know Bob Holly was coming. We didn't know Sabu was
Chris
here.
Daniels, for that matter.
This is unbelievable. 3 big-name superstars on one program, and all 3 unadvertised. How are these people coming? How are they getting here, Mike? We didn't even know about it. Maybe Charlie Haas was right when he said earlier that this is the place for all the top stars in the world of pro wrestling.
I probably saw them lingering around, lounging around, visiting. But Sabu and Bob Holly are taking the fight to the Brotherhood. And now we don't need to know where Danny Duggan is, because we don't have to care.
Well, what do you mean we don't care? He was still
care,
abducted. Come on.
I care, but wow.
Oh, now Thorn with his mind game, this
10-bell
salute. You know what? The people couldn't care right now. They're so excited to see Bob Holly and Sabu.
He can stop that anytime. Yeah, he seems to, if he wants to get it on, he's ringing the bell, go in the ring and start the match.
Well, this is definitely a unique way to introduce a couple of new stars here in WFX, but it was completely unexpected.
Now he's going to talk.
Well, I don't understand why. He had a chance before the match.
He could go in there and do his talking by fighting these guys. I think that would be a good move.
Well, he had interviewed.
So you want to interfere in our business, Holly? And then you think you want to interfere in our business with him, Sabu?
Get to the point.
Simple. There
Why didn't he talk in the interview in the backstage?
We knew so well.
Well, I guess now he feels he's got something to say. He was attacked.
That's not it anymore. It's WFX. And tonight, WFX gets extreme. Me and Gangrel versus Holly and Sabu. Anything goes.
I don't think that this is called bait and switch. He does not plan to do that here. Well, they have the chance. They had the chance right there, and they backed away. They're not going to do it.
Sabu is a king.
See, and then he walks away.
Of hardcore.
Makes the challenge and then walks off.
And Bob Holly is no stranger to hardcore as well. We know that.
Wow. I am still shocked. What a way to end the Cash Good PointsBad.com main event for Dave Thomas. My name is Mike Davidson. Stay tuned with WFX on the website, www.wfxwrestling.com.
This event is proudly sponsored by One World United. Visit cashgoodpointsbad, all one word, .com/WFX.